few taxes and lost $1 billion a year. You are Donald Trump's apprentice. Let me talk about this
Senator,
issue
I think I'm still on my time.
Well, isn't this a discussion?
This is our open discussion.
Let's talk about.
Over the last several years, politics in Washington has degraded into the drawn-out, childish catfight that has resulted in the loss of millions of dollars. Rather than argue for what they believe in, or what will benefit their constituents, politicians have been desperately clinging on to the extremist beliefs that their respective parties or party leaders, quote, stand for. A perfect example of this emerges with the current debt ceiling debate. The stalemate over whether to raise the national debt ceiling or not may result in catastrophic economic damage.
It makes people, you may not see this from, like the ivory towers of your law school, but it makes actual people in this country feel like, excuse me, you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also suggest...
Answer that
because
question.
the question is,
Justice,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen,
You're the worst president America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
Little frat boy here.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, who are you, man?
Yeah,
Who's
sure.
this guy? I swear to God, I
you
don't know
better
who
hope
you
you
are,
can be
man.
platforming. Tens of millions of views.
Here's a question.
Hey, don't touch me again, man. I'm asking you not to touch me.
Well, sure, I just patted you nicely.
I know, but I don't want to be. I don't know.
You want me to get arrested?
I don't know who you are.
It's not just going to take my First Amendment.
Man.
It's not just enough to take my First Amendment. Oh, he'll beat me up.
Party worship has gone too far. If Donald Trump posted somewhere that all schools in the country should allow students to kill their teachers without consequence, the mindless representatives would support that in Congress. Decisions are only being made on what the party or leaders of the party support, not what might benefit the people.
I disagree with you. I hate all of you damn Republicans. Actually, I'm a Democrat. Oh, really? No, my bad, dude. I agree with you wholeheartedly, my guy.
It is time that the circus that we call American politics comes to a speedy end. Therefore, I would like to present a modest proposal which I formulated and carefully considered for the purpose of shifting the concept of politics from the stalemate-inducing party worship currently present in Washington to a far more democratic and representative system of decision-making. It is evident based on these last several years of politics that having representatives for local districts is an inherently bad idea. No matter how selfless their campaign makes them appear, all of them are mindless idiots who make decisions solely based on their party affiliation, rather than what policies might actually benefit the people they represent. Furthermore, it is unfair that incumbent and party-affiliated politicians have such a significant advantage over new third-party candidates. To combat both of these issues, I propose that the concept of elected representatives be eliminated. Society must revert to the original principles of democracy, which made it so successful in Athens many thousands of years ago. Picture this: the concept of Congress and Assembly is eliminated, and instead, all the people of the country come together to make decisions, with everyone's voice heard. All eligible people are required to register for voting annually, just as they would fill out taxes. Whenever a decision needs to be made, all registered voters are immediately summoned to vote at a local voting station. At the voting station, they are briefed on the decision which they are to make and submit their vote. Of course, if they do not register to vote or are not present at a vote, they are subjected to the highest punishment available by law. One might think it's impractical to forcefully require 200 million voters to be present at every decision in every level of government, but that's where they were wrong. People would only need to travel short distances to the local polling station, and are given a generous 30-minute grace period between the summon and when they are expected to be present. Of course, hosting elections requires funding, and there is certainly no reason to increase taxes beyond the sky-high rate at which they are to currently fund the circus in Congress. With the taxes remaining constant, a mandatory $15 voting fee will be applied every time that a person votes. The fee is tax deductible though. Throughout history, we have seen issues with tallying votes, and that's where we're going to introduce a new system to reduce this issue. Computer systems are prone to error or hacking, making those obsolete as a voting tool. Mail-in ballots can be intercepted in transit, so those cannot be used either. To ensure maximum accuracy, ballots must be filled out in the same location in which they are manually counted. Furthermore, voting officials must verify all of the voters' identifying information to keep track of who has voted or not voted. Paying adults for all this labor would be costly and unsustainable. This presents an amazing opportunity for the education system. Elementary school students will be required to serve for 10 hours a week, counting ballots and verifying information. This will be a good exercise for the counting skills which they had recently learned in class, and a way to greatly reduce the expense of holding these more frequent elections.
1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, Pull up. Sir, doesn't 11 come after 9? Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, 11, keep going. 14, 69, 420.
Counting ballots will be a fun and engaging volunteering experience for these 8-year-olds and a way to ensure academic success in the future. Of course, some individuals may not immediately accept this proposal without some hesitation. I made the changes as minimal as possible in order to reduce objections from other parties. One of the main objections to this plan might be that the frequency of elections might overwhelm people and keep them too busy. To that, I would respond, where is your sense of patriotism? Do you not have a short amount of time to spare weekly to take democracy into your own hands and ensure that all decisions made reflect the voice of the people? Do you have no sense of excitement that the boxes you get to tick on a paper can change the trajectory of this country? Do you have no shame in wanting to be less involved in the future of our country? All that this proposal is asking is for you to be present at local government offices and draw X's in boxes. Is that too much to ask? Another exception could be inaccuracy in counting the ballots due to the use of young children to count them. This would be the fault of the teacher. All students are certainly capable of counting. If the teacher can't teach them to count papers, they're at fault. Either way, an adult supervisor will be present at every voting station so that they can overlook the counting process. With that, all objections to this proposal should be addressed. I formulated this proposal with practicality as the #1 consideration. The features listed above will maximize its effect while minimizing its economic and societal impacts. I hope that this video will be delivered to the army of people in support of this system, and that in the near future it is implemented, ending the eternal party stalemate which has been present in Congress for so long.